Hello everybody, Donald Branco Turco here, and bad news. For those that don't know, my good friend, Thomas Taken Play 24, is ending Stories of Sodor videos, which is quite sad, but he did say that he might maybe do some more, maybe once season 6 or 7 comes, but until season 6 comes, then you got my version to enjoy. But anyways, he's doing a Stories of Sodor week, basically. So he's doing videos once every 2 days, big videos. So yeah, this ought to be the best week of his channel in my opinion. Because, duh. And the first video has come. Every season of the Stories of Sodor ranked and reviewed. I personally think, in my opinion, this should have been at the end. This should have been the last video. This feels like a finale to videos, and yeah, it's at the beginning. Maybe it's backwards day or something. But let's get started.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the second video from the Stories of Sodor week.
Wait, second video? Wait a minute, second video? I gotta check something. Wait, is this a second video? No, this isn't. This is the first video. Oh my god. Uh-oh. Go.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the second video
this
from
is
the
meant to be
Stories
the
of
first.
Sodor week.
Wait, this is the first video.
As you know, today I'm here to share with you all my opinions on each season of the Stories of Sodor, as well as to rank them all from least favorite to favorite.
Yeah.
And before we begin, I want to say that these are all my personal opinions. If you like a season or an episode better than me, then you don't need to get angry with me. And so, let's get started already.
Yeah.
Season
Yeah. Twitter should definitely take notes about that.
Season 1.
Oh boy.
When it comes to my least favorite season, it was not easy to choose. But I think season 1 for me is the least favorite one.
Yeah, same
but
here.
That doesn't mean it has no great stories. I liked a lot of them, especially.
Yeah, I like some of the stories too. Legality, Fire, I think it's okay. Passengers, Ghost, one of my all-time favorites. Sting, Luck, and Jinxed. But at the same time, it does have some real stinkers. Like, Scrap is just the definition of a wrong Stories of Sodor episode. Everything about it is just wrong, in my opinion.
Especially Percy, Passengers, and Cows.
Yeah, I enjoyed
But
Percy too. Yeah, I actually enjoyed Percy too more now that I made a redub of it. Make sure to watch that.
Why season 1 is below all other seasons is because it includes episodes I don't really watch too often and skip them simply due because I don't really like them. And because I find them kind of boring. Some of these are Scrap, Ghost, Quarantine.
Ghost is one of your least favorites? What? I respect your opinion, but I was not expecting that. Jesus.
Jinxed and Luck.
Yeah, same.
I'm not sure why, but these are episodes I'm not always eager to watch again. But I think
I think you need to. Ghost is definitely one I would rewatch again, and it's no wonder it's Victor's the second most popular videos with over 2 million views. Probably because it features Timothy with the whole creepypasta bullcrap or something. I actually don't think it's bullcrap. It's actually not that bad.
Explain Ghost to you guys.
Yeah.
Ghost is an episode, like I said, I don't always want to rewatch. This is simply because I don't like most Halloween stories, especially those that include Percy's Ghost Train theme. I don't like that piece of music so much. It's great, but I'm always reminded of scenes like Alfred jump-scaring the audience in Thomas 1, Edward 2, Henry 3's Night Express to Vickerstone and Revenge of the Ghost Train.
Oh yeah,
which I can't...
Oh yes, I can understand that. I have seen those too, because, I'm a fan of his channel too, and those actually kind of scare me. Like, the Alfred jump scare, Jesus Christ, maybe you should just watch it yourself. Because it's goddamn, it's so scary, but it's good.
Completely hate. Or the first time I heard it in the episode itself. And so, I like Ghost, but it's still one of those I don't want to watch very often.
Oh.
Anyway, before we head to the next season, I, like in every season, want to share my least favorite, and standout episodes you guys should watch from this season.
Yeah, like the Unlucky
Least
Tug.
favorite episode, Jinxed. I'm not sure why, but I don't like
for me,
quite a
it's
few
Scrap.
narrow gauge episodes in Stories of Sodor.
For me, it's Scrap. I just think that episode has so many goddamn plots. It's just so convoluted. And it's just like, it you know what? I might just do a video on that, because that episode was just really bad in my opinion.
And this is one of them. I don't know why, but I simply am not into it.
Is it because he's bored by it or something?
Favorite episode, Mainline, Carriages, or Sting. These 3 episodes are my personal favorite episodes, but I can't really decide which I like better. I like Mainline because of Thomas and Eric's heroic actions by bringing the woman to Ellswitch, and that the baby gets named after them.
Yeah, that's...
Entonces mi hijo será llamado Thomas Eric Galindez.
Yeah.
Then my son shall be called Thomas Eric Galindez.
Yeah, that...
In Carriages, I really like the part with Dominic and the adaptation of Brakeman.
Yeah, I agree with you on Carriages too. And it was actually the first episode I ever saw. It was mainly because I played on Pause's video, so yeah, that episode has a special place in my heart. And other first episodes that I watched include, those being ones like, what was it? Passengers, Reshuffle. I think Percy or something was the next one. I don't know. I need some time to think about that.
As well as a part of James and Douglas hating each other.
Yeah.
I found that very nice. And then in Sting, I really enjoyed Jeffrey's part, which is most of the episode anyway.
Yeah.
And I like how Jeffrey is caught.
Yeah,
I think by
it's
saying
very
this,
clever.
I would say that Sting is my favorite episode of the 3, for now at least. It could be any of the other 2 in a month or so. Standout episode, Ghost.
Yeah.
Even if I don't like it as much as others,
Ghost,
I think
Ghost.
this episode, simply because of its setting during the night mostly, stands out among the others.
Yeah, and
But
it
when
also has some very nice visuals with the ghost at night. I really like that. I also really love the atmosphere, and I also really love Edward's arc. He goes from not believing in ghosts to seeing a ghost right in front of his own eyes. I like that.
I think really stands out even more is that this has the very first major accident in the series.
And death.
Which is already a really dramatic one. For those
Yeah. And also as the first death of... Is Arthur one a canon character? I don't think he is, because we got a second Arthur, which I'm assuming is the canon Arthur. I think that is the case. But, Ghost is my personal favorite.
those who don't know it, Edward and Thomas tell us that an engine named Arthur, who worked for the LMS, had a drastic accident while
And
descending the Preston incline.
Also, I rewatched Ghost, or actually kind of partially rewatched it like 2 months ago. Funny story, and for some reason, I thought I heard the Wilhelm scream during Percy's encounter. You know, you know that. Yeah. Boom. You know.
But he only had this accident because he was, like never before,
Reckless.
late and tried to make up time.
Yeah,
and now
reckless.
he appeared on Sodor as a ghost. And I really like the part of the engines trying to figure out a way to get rid of him. And what I also haven't understood yet, if it was ever really explained, I find it very interesting that Arthur returned as a ghost, but not as himself, but looking like Timothy the Ghost Way. I think that's what mostly sticks out to me a lot too.
Yeah.
And with that, let's get to the next season.
Wait.
Season 3.
Yeah, I can kind of...
Now this...
Yeah, I agree with you. Season 3 is my second least favorite as well. I like it. It's really good in my opinion, but compared to others, it just doesn't compare. It doesn't have a death of a major character, which, while it kind of makes it the happiest and most lighthearted season of them all, it just doesn't feel that special to me. How do I put this? It's not really, it's a very light-hearted season.
This next one was a hard decision,
Yeah.
and I thought a bit about it. Until
Wait, I just noticed something. Season 3 of The Stories of Sodor has the music from Thomas and Friends Season 3. You know, the night, no, the post-train theme.
I got to this result.
Yeah.
I think Season 3 is not as great as Season 5. But I do like all of the stories, which are all in this season focused on new things we never saw happening before. Like getting a new controller for the railway, or having a trial, or the closure of a whole railway, or building the period branch line.
Yeah.
This season is fully packed with new stuff we never knew. But why I think Season 3 is not as great
Wait, I think I need to pause something. So, was Reginald and Sam's relationship established in, like, what was it, I think relationships was the establishment. But to me, this was the season that established it. In the episode Reshuffle, there was because of that one line, in Reshuffle where the Fat Controller says that Sam would be a shunter or something. I need to go binge that episode again or watch it. And then Reginald's like, "A fine choice, sir," to which the Fat Controller then replies, "I knew you'd say that, Reginald." It's almost like they had been together since like the 1940s, but we just never got to see them. But that is just a theory.
Season 5 personally.
An engine
it's because
theory.
I found them a bit boring or too long. I'm not sure how I can explain it. This season has a lot of moments where we are just watching it and Edward explains to us some history about something or someone.
Yeah.
Such as how the top hat became controller, or how nationalization affected British Railway.
Also, nationalization is definitely my least favorite of season 3. I really don't like that one. Not only because it's kind of boring, if I'm being honest. Like, it's not really that interesting. It's just conversation after conversation after conversation. And Stepney and William's rivalry, the ending really bothers me. Like, after they were about to literally push each other, and then a police engine comes, and William, I think, stood up for him, and then they're like, "Oh, we're friends." Like, that is just so anticlimactic. Like, seriously. Really? This is the best you could come up with? They go in front of a police engine. It's so rushed. It's just so anticlimactic and so damn rushed. I really don't like it. Like, you want to see a better enemy story? Go watch Amends.
I find such stories to be a bit boring.
Yeah, kinda.
But these are still not bad episodes at all. They're just, for me, a bit boring to watch.
Yeah, nationalization was interesting.
It's not every episode. There are quite a few I enjoy watching from time to time when I'm rewatching the series.
And this
such as
one
replacements, books, choices.
Replacement's about to get a redub, a German dub, so yeah, I can't wait for that.
Actually, which I would have never said about 3 years ago, Amens. Why?
Amends.
Well, simply because...
Amens, that is not how you pronounce it. It's pronounced amends. I'm not trying to be bossy, I'm just trying to learn, so... Amends.
Because of the scenes of Alfred and Jeffrey at the harbor.
Yeah, it's a very...
when he warned Jeffrey. It just reminds me of ghost stories and such, and therefore I never liked it much. But now, after my latest rewatch, I think I start to enjoy this episode a lot.
Yeah.
It isn't the only plot of the episode anyway.
It is one of...
Least favorite episode.
Nationalization.
Aftermath is an episode I don't...
Okay, I have to disagree with you here. I'm not trying to be mean or anything. I'm just voicing my opinion. I really like that one because apart from the scene with the Merklin engine and Gordon, Thomas, and Whiff, everything else has a purpose. This whole episode is focused on Adam's character journey. He goes from his normal self to then being a humble engine who realizes that he made a terrible mistake by killing Radek's brother. And of course, Adam's my favorite character, so, I'd obviously appreciate his arc, because that's my favorite bit of it.
Like, very much. Not only because of the scene of Edward at Chat 17, No, I just feel like this is an episode that falls into this category I made earlier about explaining new things or expanding upon them, and that's why I find it boring for the rest of the episode. Except for when Adam found out the POWs were not the ones, or not the only ones on board that coach. I did quite enjoy this part. Favorite episode? Choices. It was hard to...
Not for me. Personally, what was it? Trial. Yes. Choices, in my opinion, it's a little bit, how do I put this? It's a bit, Whiff's actions just, I don't like them. Like, instead of retiring and still being alive, you choose death. So basically, you're planning to kill yourself by requesting to do a target practice just because you don't want to retire. Really? I really do not like that. But it's not a bad episode. The rescue scene was really exciting. But yeah, it's not one of my favorites personally. And the fact that Whiff chooses something painful like target practice, if you really want to be like that, then why not just go for the final firing? All liquid simply pours into you, and you're asleep within 5 seconds. But no, you do something hurtful. Yeah, I'm sorry this video is so long, but everywhere there's just something to comment on, Jesus Christ.
To choose between choices, reshuffle, books, extension, or closure, but I said it with choices. The plot of the episode is actually very simple. Whiff, who was owned by the Barrow Scrapyard, I think, to be its and Barrow station pilot, was asked if he would like to retire from railway services. But he says no, and then decides if he couldn't work at Barrow anymore, then there's one way he can end his life, so to say. And that is that he volunteered for target practice. Luckily for him, the Navy missed all 3 shots, and he would be brought by Sir Top Mahat to work on the Farquhar branch line. The reason I like this episode is because I like Whiff as a character, but also the way he wanted to come to an end. I loved it so much. Standout episode.
That just seems...
Trial.
Yeah.
While I don't watch it very often, I think this is a standout episode of the season for multiple reasons. For once, we get to know that Peter, during World War II, took a good strain and then shot an entire...
Yeah. Peter, who is meant to be one of the kindest engines of the mini... Sorry, the camera is shaking. Sorry for that. Peter, who is one of the kindest engines of the middies, actually committed a frickin' war crime. I found that really interesting. And, I'm sorry that I keep talking so much, but everywhere there's just something to comment on. If you want to go watch the original video, you can find it on Thomas Taken Play 24's channel, but to me, I just kind of feel like Victor hates the character Peter, because he always makes him suffer somehow. I mean, think about it. So first of all, he was involved in an accident caused by Dominic, then he was put in the war, then he committed a bloody war crime, which got him sent to Railgate for 15 years, and then when he comes back, he has rivalry with Gordon, and then gets shot by Luther von Huss. Jesus Christ. If you think about that, Peter had quite a hard life. I mean, yeah.
A hospital, which was never stated to occur throughout the Stories of War miniseries. Secondly, we never saw a trial happening before in the Stories of Sodor towards an engine. And thirdly, Peter is sentenced to go to Railgate for the longest time an engine would ever be sent to.
15 years.
15 years.
Wait,
which
who's
is
that
just
blue engine?
crazy. Usually, engines could only get 30 days.
Yeah, exactly.
But 15 years? Man, that must have been a very, very tough run for Peter.
And boring. Yeah.
Season 5. And he...
Personally, of all 5 seasons, apparently, season 5, is he prefers season 4, apparently. But in my opinion, it's the exact opposite. I freaking love season 5. Season 5 is definitely my favorite season of them all. I just love it so much. I love the action. Wait, I think I better save that for a separate video. Why season 5 is my favorite season. Yes, you can shoot me. You have all the right to shoot me. Or actually, I don't want to get shot. I want to have a life. But, season 5 is my favorite season, so I'm probably one of the few people that says that. I'm probably going to do a whole video and binge the entire season before doing it.
Here is the season I was thinking about whether or not it's a bit better than season 3 or not.
Yeah,
and as I stated
it's better
already,
than 3.
it is. Season 5 of the Star of the Sodor is a season which does a lot of things.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, what I could also sometimes tell by viewers that it was a little bit too much in such a short running time. That being 10 episodes instead of the usual 15.
Yeah.
I think season 5 might
But we
have been
technically got 10 episodes for season 4, part 1 and 2. Or was it 20? I don't know.
a little bit better with 12 episodes.
Yeah.
But it's still a great season. Season
Yeah,
5
it's
does,
awesome.
however, have many great, but also a bit weaker episodes in my opinion.
Nah, every episode is good in my opinion. Experiment is probably the least awesome in my opinion. Like, just found it a bit slow for a season that is so awesome and dark and so bombastic.
Really enjoyed the competition, preservation, and actually munitions.
Yeah.
But
The
as I
jumps-
said, weaker episodes.
The ending was just traumatizing, man. Like, seeing Thomas burn to death and then just cuts the credits on fire, basically. Ooh, I'm getting chills just by thinking about it. But don't worry, Thomas won't die. He'll come back.
Do exist. Here are some I feel are very off in this season, which I think makes them a bit weaker. Enthusiasts. While I do enjoy all episodes, I think this is one that feels completely off from the rest. It's the only episode that doesn't really have any relation to another episode in the season.
But wait, yes it does. Yes, it does. From Halifax's death, the family has a lawsuit against the railway, which causes the Marston Heights coal mine to close, and then Kate gets resent to the the Waterton branch, the Little Western, and the S&M engines get sent to the MHCR, the Marston Heights Coal Railway. So yes, it does have a consequence. And I was not expecting a death for this episode when it first came out. I'm also very nostalgic for season 5 because now this isn't like, I don't love it because nostalgia. Like, loving an episode just because of nostalgia isn't really a good reason to like nostalgia does not mean it's good, but this was the first new season for me. By the time I got into it, everything before had been released. This was the first one, and my god was I so pumped. I love it.
Except for this line at the very beginning.
The new bridge enabled more of them to visit Sodor.
Yeah, the new bridge.
It just focuses on enthusiasts, which then cause a man to die, and that's it. Maybe it would have worked. It would have worked a bit better if it was somewhat connected to episodes like Vandalism. Because of Jeffrey's death, the railway was a bit hard pressed to keep up with the schedule. But then, when the new road bridge was opened, it was even harder. And when Wilbert would come to Sodor, it gets even worse. And then include scenes of engines being a bit overworked or something like that. Maybe that could have been a bit better?
But you see, they don't have to explain everything, you see. Sometimes it can just be implied for that, but that's probably just my view. I'm probably just really...
I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion, of course. Again, it's still a great episode. Preservation is also mostly the same. I mean, I like watching this episode a lot, but this just comes out of nowhere. This episode focuses on Clive, Neil and Matthew retiring from regular services and building a heritage railway at Marston Heights and its coal mine, and Kate being relocated to the Little Western.
Also,
I mean, this episode worked more into the season, that being that Kate is now in the Little Western and it plays out over to the next episode, Training.
Yeah, Training.
I mean, that is definitely much better than Enthusiast, but again, this comes out of nowhere.
No, this doesn't come out of nowhere. The Halifax lawsuit leads to Marston Heights coal mine being closed. It doesn't come out of nowhere. And with the whole SS thing, smallpox syndrome, I actually quite like it, but if I had to nitpick one little tiny thing about it is that maybe they don't explain, but I actually really like the fact that they don't explain everything about it, because if you don't explain everything, then that leaves fans to think and theorize and wonder what it's about. If it just explains everything, then there's no reason why to watch the episode again. But if you rewatch the episode, then you may find answers to things you didn't know before.
Which I find so random.
It's not.
But again, I like watching it, as it's also again a great episode nonetheless.
Yeah.
Least favorite episode?
Experiment.
Fallout is the only
Makes
episode in
sense.
season 5 that I for some reason don't like watching. This is why
I like
never
watching it. I actually really like watching it. At first I gave it a 9.5 because Thomas died. But after we found out that he is returning, I actually kind of really like the episode. I think Mickey's death, while a bit, Mickey's death is probably the only thing I would say I'm not like the biggest fan of this season, but the rest I really like. That goes to show my love for season 5. So and this is why I put it at number 1 in my opinion. How do I say this? I really love the continuation from the past episode. I also really love the continuity in this one. Like not only that it takes place in between the final episode, if you get what I mean. But yeah, but I also really love the scene where Donald, yes, figures out who the villain might be, and then it turns out that it isn't Robert Hall, but instead it's Sean Creedy. Yeah, so yeah, let's continue.
I watched season 5 from shortly after its release till a few days ago. I guess it's mainly because of Thomas and Mickey's death in this episode.
Thomas doesn't die.
Which I don't like to be reminded of very much. But I still enjoy this episode again, just not a very big fan of it.
Yeah.
Favorite episode? Competition. This is by far
mine would definitely have to be Revenge. Like, oh my god, that episode is awesome. I love the fact that it doesn't have an intro and has black credits. I love the action. I love how serious it is, and I love how cold the episode is. I love it.
A favorite episode. Not only because I like the adaptation of biology in this, but also that this episode focuses primarily on the road, which was something I believe never happened before in the stories of Sodor.
Yeah.
The road was always a part of it, but I think it was never in the primary spotlight. I also like Onslow a lot. He's probably my favorite new character this season.
Yeah, because he has
standout episode, Rescued and Experiment. It was not easy to choose from all episodes, but I think these stick out the most to me. In Rescued, Neil bumps into an engine meant to be scrapped.
It's also the second
when it
most
suddenly
famous
wakes up,
season 5 episode.
this engine would be Barry. And we get to know
Or
that he was
Barry
given green
1, as I
water
call
7
it.
years earlier. And ever since then,
Yeah,
he
it's
was in a coma,
it's a very
I would
interesting
say.
episode.
And
I
that's
love it.
something I find very interesting. An engine that was, so to say, sleeping for 7 years is crazy.
Yeah.
And then an
No.
experiment. Barry is tested out with a new experiment by Robert Hall,
But he's
which would
actually
be
a
that
diesel.
steam engines would be transferred to a diesel by fitting a motor inside the tenders or smoke box, I guess, which
it's
would
in
later
the
turn out
boiler,
to
is
be a
it?
big success. And I find that very interesting
Wait,
as well.
but does it say in the episode if it how do I say this? Like does it say in the episode if it's permanent? Like does it say in the episode if it doesn't say in the episode how long the experiment was a success. So it could have been a short period of time or it could have been a long time. I actually made for like my version of season 6. I made it a failure and it figuratively and literally went up in flames. You'll definitely see when the episode comes out. I have big plans for it.
Turning a steam engine into a diesel is something I never thought of.
Yeah.
But it makes sense, as otherwise coal would be needed to be transported to Sodor via rail.
Also, didn't something like this happen in real life? Did SDC happen in real life? Did this conversion happen in real life? Probably all you railway experts can comment down below.
Or ship ever since the closure of Marston High's coal mine.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes away the feeling of them being steam, which is what makes them stand out. But again, Sodor should also be up to date with something, at least, I guess.
Yeah, but they do have diesels.
Okay, we now count to the top 3 seasons. Which do you think is my favorite? And which
We
are
know
my
what
second
your
and
favorite
third
is.
favorite?
You said this in a community post on my channel, but I'm not gonna spoil it.
Let me know your top 3 seasons of the stories of Sodor. And so,
So my version is number 3 is season 2, number 2 is season 4 in both parts, and number 1 is season 5, obviously. It definitely goes to show that the long break definitely made the season as best as it could, despite the fact that it only took 9 months to produce. But it at least came out with something good, in my opinion.
so number 3 goes to season 2.
Yeah, we
Season
said
2 is my third favorite season. And here's why. Season 2 might be the first season in the stories of Sodor where I enjoy watching every episode. Usually until now, there was at least one episode I didn't really like to watch. But
Even for this season, there is one that after thinking about it, it's not really one of my favorites. Maintenance is that one, in my opinion. I don't know, but it just removes the best part out of the adaptation, in my opinion. Like, how do I put this? It adapts Gaunt's old engine and Percy's promise, but I really do not like the adaptation. With Gaunt's old engine, a tree just falls down, and instead of pressing on like in the original TV series episode, Rheneas just simply gives up. Like, what? Compared to Gaunt's old engine, it's like night and day. Like, I think the adaptations could have been a lot better. And with Percy's promise, he just falls into the sea or into the flooded track, and Diesel just comes up, says that he's gonna bring the breakdown train, but doesn't bring it. Instead of pressing on and being determined like in the original episode, Percy just gives up and doesn't come. Okay, yeah, maybe it's against railway regulations, maybe. I don't know what I'm saying, but So my problem with the Percy's Promise adaptation maintenance is that instead of pressing on to keep a promise to Thomas, that was a rhyme. Onions go side. Anyway, instead of keeping a promise to his best friend Thomas, instead he just stays there and waits until Thomas comes to save him. Like the best part out of the adaptation is removed, in my opinion. Like, also, I haven't seen every episode, but yeah, I probably need to go watch every episode in order to say if I have a least favorite. But yeah, I still wouldn't consider it one of I would consider one of my favorites, but not my favorites, you see.
But for season 2, it's not the case. I like them all. And there are so many great stories this season. From Duck returning in a direct adaptation of Gordon and the Famous Visitor to a quite unexpected inspection by the Topham Hatt himself, which may end up that one of the two companies gets removed. Which, after they're all proven themselves in thief, doesn't happen, and both stay on the island. Then we get trapped. I think my favorite episode of the season.
Ooh.
I love this episode so much. I could probably watch it every other day or so. And my goodness, then there is strike, sabotage, and smuggling.
Yeah, those are good
3
ones.
episodes I also love. I like how Trouble in the Shed, Trust Thomas, and the Flying Kipper are adapted here.
Yeah, Sabotage is my all-time favorite. And bam!
And smuggling.
And I also love that this event actually leads into season 5. One of the main reason why that season is my all-time favorite.
It's also a great episode which focuses on something that is still common to this day.
Wait,
There's
what?
also
What episode?
Furnace.
What episode?
Focuses on something that is still common to. And Smuggling is also a great episode which focuses on something that is still common to this day. Then there's also Furnace, Prejudice, Maintenance,
I haven't
Shunting,
actually
and Parade.
seen Prejudice.
All of these episodes are just great. We get to learn how Edward came to Sodor, what happens when the British Union is around causing trouble, and that every year a parade will be held on the island,
Yeah.
which are all great stories idea, but that's not the best of the bunch. Shunted saw the introduction of Bertie, probably my favorite non-way character, and immediately we got an adaptation of Thomas and Bertie,
Yeah.
my favorite episode of season 1 as well. But as you may have noticed, I have skipped over several episodes, which I want to cover now. Armament and Affection. Both are stories which cover the topic which is new around this time. Preparation for war, which would happen.
Affection does not prepare for the war. Affection does not prepare for it. It's only armaments.
Later that year, and I find it a very interesting topic, but I guess it was so in real life too with the engines helping out. But then there's Spectre. This is the only episode in this season to focus on something scary. In it,
Armaments, in my opinion, is also an episode I really like because it focuses on James's PTSD for railguns. Though, personally, I do think the Diesel derailing the railgun could have been a setup for James telling a story. But I think it could have been done a little better, in my opinion. Like maybe instead the gun fired into something and it shot into like a ship or something, and then James automatically gets PTSD and then tells a story. Though what we got wasn't that bad either. What we got was actually really good.
Dominic, aka the spiteful breaker, now takes revenge on the engine.
Also, how did Victor make Dominic's eyes move? I don't think the eyes move on trains models of rolling stock, but I could be wrong.
By letting the brake vans disappear, or trains being delayed and killing a guard. And then the engines go on a hunt for him, and Douglas then sends him back to hell, which I like a lot. Least favorite episode, Prejudice. As I like all episodes a lot, it was hard to choose. But I think I go with Prejudice simply because I think it's the only episode of the season to maybe get a bit boring. At least the beginning. The second part, where David Becker, the station master of Subway,
I'm getting
gets into
spoilers
a
for the
fight with the
episode.
British.
This is an episode I haven't seen, and I'm getting spoilers. Oh no!
Union or black shirts, which is not boring at all. And I'm always eager to see if he survived or not, even though I know he did. Favorite episode, Trapped. While I did say my favorite road vehicle, Bertie, is introduced this season and
my
had a great
personal
episode
favorite would
together with the plot
definitely
of
be
Kate playing a
Sabotage,
trick
yes.
on Diesel and then them all being shunted. I think Trapped is my favorite episode of the season. The episode is about the engines trying to move a boulder, whose name was Bob, from the railway line, eventually succeeding by blowing it up. I especially love Gordon, Henry, Colin, and Diesel in this.
Personally, I think it's good in my opinion, but not one of my favorites. I haven't seen it in a while, but I do remember the opening being a bit long. It definitely could have been shorter, now like 26 minutes. I think it definitely could have been shorter. It definitely could have been. Which is,
I think Gordon and Diesel are the funniest here.
And what are we supposed to do, Toby? Just waltz on up to the boulder and ask if it wouldn't mind moving aside? No joke, Thomas. I almost got squished. Huh. Could have been worse. Oi! Yeah.
You know, somebody should do like a YouTube poop of Trapped in which somebody should do a YTP where Diesel gets squished by the boulder. In which Gordon tells the boulder to like leave and the boulder's like, no, off. Somebody should definitely do a YTP of that. I would love it.
Yeah, sure. You go gawk at the giant boulder and leave me to do all the work.
Yeah.
Ain't that the way of it? Then again, maybe it would be reckless to do anything. What a surprise. It didn't work. If only someone had seen this. Everything is just smashing on this side, Thomas. Okay, Thomas, I've got your crane. Had to go all the way to
I heard this
Kildare
music
for
in the
it.
Unlucky Tog.
Let's see how well this doesn't work. What the?
Oh no.
Ah!
Standout episode, Thief. I think Thief is the episode that sticks out the most, even from Spectre. Simply because it's the first time we see an engine stealing a few trains or goods to save a friend. I also like that Rick
it's
is the
actually a
secondary
pirate
character in this
adaptation.
beside Thomas.
Well, it's a
who
pirate
is the main
adaptation.
character, I guess, and that they all pair up to find the thief.
And also
The funniest
massive
group, I
stories
think,
of
is
war.
Adam and Eric.
Also massive stories of war. What is this? Foreshadowing, yes, with the music like yeah, that is the opening theme of Stories of War. Actually plays in this episode, so yeah, massive foreshadowing.
I couldn't help but laugh at their parts.
We do occupy quite the tactical position here. What's that mean? Tactical. It means thinking strategically. What's that mean? What you said. Oh, Lord give me strength. Just as I predicted. 6 hours of observation and nothing. Hold on. What? I think I heard something. Well, you were the only one. It came from the yard. Maybe it's the thief. I'm gonna go look. Oi, thief! I beg your pardon, Eric. Where do you get off calling me a common criminal? Gordon? You're the thief? Of course I'm not the thief, you imbecile. Well, since we don't need the flare anymore, I'll push it out the way. Wait, Eric, it's still live.
Wait. And then fireworks come off. Pew,
Wow, look at that. Nicely done, you twit. Top form as always, Eric. Sorry. Well, at least we know the flares were working, eh?
Yeah.
Now, which season of the two left is the best and second best?
I already know which one
the
it
second
is.
best season of the Stories of Sodor is season 4B.
Technically,
yes,
it's one
I like
season.
4B the second best. Like with season 2 already, I enjoyed watching almost every single episode. With
to me, of all these, which one is my least favorite? Of all these, I think beaching is like the least good in my opinion. Like, don't get me wrong, I still really like that one, but my problem with it is that it features the 3 strikes formula. And you all know what my thoughts on it are. My thoughts on the 3 strikes formula are just like everybody else. It's lazy writing. Like the whole the whole insulting Dr. Beeching and being like not respectful to him is like 3 damn times. I don't think we needed it 3 times in my opinion. But yeah. Also,
one exception. But even with that one exception, I think season 4B is the
Relationships is your least favorite?
better
Don't see.
season than Dark because of Andrea's death caused by Duncan and improperly stored munitions. A creature known as the Not
Wait, a creature? It's pronounced creature. So creature, not creature.
when killing workmen, and a boulder who rolls along the railway, destroying massive amount of things it comes across.
Yeah, I haven't seen Lamp yet, but I do know about the Rusty and the Boulder adaptation. Though, I don't know about you, but what has this got to do with the Lucky Lamp? You see, this is something that, that bothered me with the earlier episodes of Stories of Sodor, is that they try to tell 2 stories in one, making it complicated sometimes. Sometimes it works, but other times it doesn't.
I really love Expansion and Lamp, but not Creature actually. Creature is the episode I mentioned I don't like too much. Simply because I am in fact a bit scared of it and what it does. Therefore, it's definitely my least favorite episode. The rest of the season, however, is great again. Especially Dieselization and Return. Which not...
I don't know about you, but I feel like Return is a bit overrated. It's a bit overrated in my opinion. I mean, don't get me wrong, great episode for sure, but from what I recall, I haven't seen it in a while, but I do recall some parts about it being a bit, I think it definitely should have been shorter, let's say.
Only introduce Daisy, Sodor, and Derek, but also D199 or Francis already, and bring back two characters we haven't seen for a while, Peter and Boko.
Yep.
And then also it introduces a character we knew existed, but haven't heard anything about yet.
Yeah.
Ryan.
But we did
Ryan
see him in
is such
cameos.
a great and interesting character who has so much history to share. I mean, he is alive even though he was bombed during the 40s. What? How is that possible?
Yeah, again.
And therefore, I love his character a lot. And that he returned.
Yeah.
Sodor. Least favorite episode.
Yeah. Okay, maybe on second thought, I don't consider Return as overrated as I did say, but it's definitely, it's not my number one favorite, but I do really, really like it. Maybe I need to go rewatch it again.
Creature. Like I
Creature.
stated already, Creature is my least favorite episode. And since I talked about it already, let's move on. Favorite episode, Dieselization. Dieselization is my personal favorite episode of Season 4B. Simply because I love all the characters. Daisy, Derek, Francis, Sodor, and the steam engines in this one. Whoa! I have talked about it already a bit, so let's go on to
Oh boy.
standard episode, Beaching or Creature. I think Beaching is a standard.
I personally think Beaching is okay in my opinion. It's not, again, it uses the 3 strikes formula with the whole insulting, beaching, being disrespectful, and then I'll talk to you later. And we don't see them get reprimanded, or do we? I watched the episode a couple days ago, but, yeah, and I don't like the fact they used the 3 strikes formula. It could have been once when it was insulting, beaching would have been enough. Maybe like the whole talk to you rail, it features the 3 strikes formula in my opinion.
Episode because until now, no real life famous people except Audrey visited Sodor before.
They do say that Franklin something, I don't know, Queen Elizabeth II and Albert Einstein visited Sodor in it said that in Visitor, and in Stories of War they do mention Winston Churchill, which was a real person. So yeah, but wait, did they visit Sodor? Oh yes, the first 3 did.
And I think Beaching is a very known man, even to this day, among railways or Britain as a whole.
Yeah.
And then, with what he decided to cut on Sodor is interesting. He closed so many yards and depot, as well as turning the Farquhar ranch into an industrial line, which is something I would have never seen coming. Simply because Thomas is so famous, it doesn't make sense for his line to close. But I guess it still can.
But
and
it
I also
didn't
think
close.
Creature is a standout episode of the season because it focuses on a Nightwing, which was never stated to exist in general prior to the expansion of the Scarlet Railway, and it being a monster by killing so many workmen, and that is something completely new to the stories of Sodor. So I think that is a standout, even if I personally don't like to watch it.
Boy.
And now, here's my favorite season. Season 4A. Season
I like
4A
that one.
is by far
I love
my
that one.
favorite season of the stories of Sodor.
Makes
I
sense.
like every single episode a lot. This season
I kind of disagree. I really do not like Treasure. Treasure's one of my least favorite episodes of the whole damn series. The concept is awesome, but the execution, hell no. The execution was terrible in my opinion. Okay, maybe not terrible. It's not my least favorite episode, but the whole episode is just boring. The whole episode is just conversation after conversation after conversation with little action. Again, the concept is so good, but in execution, hell no. It was quite a bad execution. Season 5 doesn't have any bad episodes in my opinion, but that's just my opinion.
Season is so great. I will forever like this the most. Not only are my favorite 2 episodes of the stories on Sodor in it, Diesel and Modernization, but it also is the season where Bill and Ben are introduced, and my favorite episode of Thomas and Janeway is adapted.
Yeah,
the
the
Diesel. But there's also Murdoch's and Harold's introduction, both great characters. Then there's also Joshua and Bogo, who are introduced as well. And I love their appearances here so much. Then there are also episodes like Secrets, in which we get to know why Sheffield is the way he is.
Yeah. And
then there's Diagnosis, the saddest.
Yes. Diagnosis. The saddest episode of the Stories of Sodor, and my all-time favorite Stories of Sodor episode. By the way, is it weird that my favorite character dies in this episode? And yeah, it's my favorite. I freaking love this one. Like I love this one so much. Like it's just such an awesome, depressing, and sometimes and sometimes eerie episode. Like the scene where Adam is on green water, like it is genuinely chilling, and this is one of the few moments in this series that genuinely makes me sentimental or makes me cry. But
and funniest episode of the season. This is the episode I mentioned where Bill and Ben get introduced to hell and reopen the China clay pits again. But then in the second half, we see that Adam has meta fatigue, but not just a little bit.
A lot.
And then he decides to go with his final firing, which was just so surprising. And at the end, we see exactly that.
Wait. So this is the final firing we're talking about. The most depressing thing. Oh my god. Like just looking at this image right now, just ugh. But anyway, you played the Happy Thomas theme behind, what the why the hell are you playing the Happy Thomas theme in the background of a death? Couldn't you have put the music before? The music called End of an Era. Couldn't you have just put it a little bit longer? Just enough to keep us in the mood, you know?
And this is a very sad moment.
And yet happy music is playing. What the actual hell? Yeah. Everything today is going wrong. First, I don't have much storage on my phone, and I had to clear a lot of it. And now the Wi-Fi isn't working. God damn it!
That moment, simply because we never had such a scene before.
Wait. Is it just me? But does the footage here go blurry? And then goes back to clear. Is it just me? Because Thomas I Can Play 24 doesn't download the episodes. Instead, he screen records them. So, I don't know if it's on his part. It's blurry for a while. And then goes back to normal. You'll see.
An engine decided to have its final firing. And the reason the episode is also the funniest is because of Bill and Ben and how they are introduced. I enjoyed that a lot. Murdoch's episode is great too. Him being selfish and thinks he is above everyone. I just love it. Least favorite episode,
Treasure.
Mountain. Mountain is the episode where a new railway is introduced to the island. The
Treasure,
Mountain Railway. During the episode, we see the railway being built and the engines and rolling stock arriving. And we also get to know that there are also ghosts haunting the mountains. The reason I don't like this is simply because I find this the most boring episode of them all this season. But I actually don't know why. I just find it boring for some reason. So for me, it's my least favorite episode from this season. Favorite episode?
Diagnosis.
Jesus or Modernization. Like I said, these are both
so it must be a problem with me. So yeah, it must be.
Favorite episodes of the entire series. So it wasn't surprising they are here now. I love Diesel because of the background story Doug and Diesel seem to have together already. Way before Diesel would arrive on Sodor, which I find cool that they knew each other from Diesel's very first day and not on Sodor. And I like that Diesel takes Doug's advice but presents them like he made them up, which I love. Also, I love that engines in general have names and not just numbers. Like
Yeah.
Diesel, who is now also known as Bruce. Very interesting idea.
Yes.
But again, I also love modernization. Again, this episode focuses on Murdoch's introduction to the stories of Sodor.